Hello and welcome to the 16th episode of the Phoenix Studios live show. Rock on, guys. So it's been a busy few days. I have only just kind of been starting to do some stuff on the stream yesterday, but I jam-packed in a brand new section which should be fun. So hey, let's get this show started. Alright, so yeah, as I was saying, late last night I was busy kind of trying to work out if I could add a brand new section to the show. I've had this idea for quite a while. I was experimenting with it last night. It should be kind of interesting and different, bit experimental. Hopefully it'll work okay. So yeah, I mean, I've had a really kind of relaxing weekend away. The sun's been out pretty much every single day. It's been bank holiday in the weekend. So not a whole lot has happened. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying getting back to the stream and actually doing some work on it. So without further ado, let's get into our news for today for Flash. So the first thing, as we always do, look at the kind of like the follows and see what's going on in terms of the follows. So we're currently at 38. We are very close approaching 40. And yeah, so this is, it's only increased by a couple of people, but you know, at the end of the day, we're only 12 away from that 50, and that's really not very far at all, guys. So I'm really looking forward to potentially getting to 50 kind of middle of next month maybe, or maybe end of next month even. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do some emojis and stuff soon. So I can now kind of reveal the new section, which should be starting very soon in the stream. I might kind of do it about midway through or something, and we'll just have to see how we go with it. It's so the new section is called Warp. Now, I debated a few different titles for this, and I only came up with this today. So I had a couple of new ideas for the new section, and at the moment, it's called Warp. It may very well change. The typography might change a bit as well, because I had to kind of cobble it together very quickly, trying to find something that kind of fitted with the thing. And as I was sort of saying, this is a new section in terms of, it's something I've had in my head for quite a while and I've wanted to do, but I just didn't really have the app or the kind of know-how to kind of do it. So yeah, so we'll soon see what that's all about anyway. And yeah, another little bit of news. I've now updated the back catalogue up to 12. So it's even gone past 11. It's now 12. So yeah, so you can kind of keep in tune with all the stuff on YouTube. I'll just flick over here. As always, you know, you can keep up to date with all the different episodes. They're all numbered and stuff. And if you go into it, then you'll be able to see there's a little description, gives you a bit more information as to, you know, what this episode actually had in it. And like I say, I'm trying to do it as descriptive as possible. So yeah, so that's updated to 12, and I think I'm all up to date now on episodes and stuff, so hopefully that should all be up to date. I'll just pop the link in the channel. There we go. So back to the news very quickly. So the back catalogue has been up to date. We've now got 12 episodes there, all available to see. And then next, depending on who's in the channel and stuff, we might do a giveaway a bit later. If not, then there's no problems. We'll just wait until the 40 mark, and I actually have to come up potentially with a new giveaway at 40. So yeah, hopefully I'll come up with an idea. The next stream will be on Monday, 6 p.m. Should be before the Signal Noise broadcast, which unfortunately has been cancelled the last couple of weeks. I'm hoping to see James again on Monday. Hopefully he can get streaming again, and that'd be great. And then finally, for the news today, we come to, of course, Album of the Week. And yeah, I mean, I because I got the show together really kind of late last night, I didn't really have a ton of things to kind of talk about in terms of news items. I quickly put together an Album of the Week. So the Album of the Week for this week is one that has been suggested by Frank. he is kind of like the aficionado when it comes to album of the week. He seems to always pick some really awesome album covers. So it's Mastodon Blood Mountain. And the artist is Paul Romano. Now, I don't really know who Paul Romano is because I've never really heard of him before. Basically Frank posted the link in the chat the other week. So I'm really grateful to Frank for kind of keeping me up to date with kind of some really good album covers. So if we have a look, let's see. So if we have a flick over now to Safari. There we go. So this is Paul Romano's work. So this is kind of like a bit of detail on the album art he created for the album. And for those unfamiliar, basically every week we kind of look at different album covers that people have produced. So this guy, he created the Mastodon cover, and it's absolutely awesome. Half of me is here, half of me is making a cup of tea. Oh, hey Lena, rock on with the tea. I just had one myself. So he made this awesome album cover, and it's got kind of a kaleidoscope kind of thing going. And actually, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't actually know the album that well. I know Mastodon, obviously, but I don't really know the album that well. Maybe a couple of tracks, if that, but it seems like a really cool album overall, and I think it did quite well. So yeah, some pretty wicked artwork on this album. I mean, it's really quite sort of godly kind of. I think that's some sort of Indian symbol there. I'm not quite sure what it might be. I might be wrong. Apologies if I'm wrong. So a really cool album cover, and definitely the inside artwork of this album is just freaking awesome. I mean, I don't know how he's gone about creating this. I'm guessing it's an illustration, perhaps pulled into Illustrator maybe he vectored it up. But yeah, it's kind of like, I'm bemused at how he's created this. It looks like an outline or something. That's obviously some sort of Buddhist god or something, I think. So who knows how he created it all. Anyway, so yeah, this is some really awesome work. Nice skull with flames and stuff there. And it kind of looks painted. So I think it could very well be painted rather than kind of done digitally. But I might be wrong there. New haircut. Nice. Yeah, man. I got my haircut on the weekend. Was getting a bit long. Yeah, it was getting just a little bit too long. So if I flick over now to this tab, so this is a bit of the detail in terms of the album itself on Wikipedia, and it actually has, I was reading up on it last night, it actually has a bit of a concept behind it. So here the bassist talks about it. It says it's like climbing up a mountain, the different things that can happen to you when you're stranded on a mountain in the woods and you're lost. You're starving, hallucinating, and running into strange creatures. You're being hunted. So that kind of explains, I suppose, kind of like the strange, like a three-headed wolf, deer type thing he's got here going on. And there's a few other of these creatures that the bassist mentions, like, yeah, there's all kind of weird kind of looking creatures, I guess. So it was a concept album. Bill Killer considers the album to represent the earth element. At the time, bassist Sanders called it sonically the best album we've done. So this was back in 2006. The album was released, and yeah, I mean, apparently it did quite well. I've heard it had like quite good commercial performance. Highest debut in the band's career. Right. Okay. So the album was the highest selling effort to date. Oh, okay. So they did quite well. I don't know many of these tracks, to be honest with you. May have heard of this one. I may have heard about it. I'm not too sure. But anyway, so that is our album of the week, guys. Is this awesome Mastodon album, which Frank kindly recommended to me. So that is our album of the week, which is awesome. So we will now go into the lineup for today. So this is our lineup for today. I've been kind of moving things around, trying to get this looking a bit better, because last time I kind of had everything on one line and it wasn't necessarily how I wanted it to be. So the new section we've got going, which will be Warp a bit later. I'm really looking forward to it because it's something completely new. It may all go wrong, but based on my tests that I did last night and today, it's pretty cool. And yeah, I shall reveal more later. So let's get into our headliner for today. And what we're going to do, guys, is I was hoping to have something brand new to kind of work on this week, but because of the bank holiday weekend, I'm a little bit behind on that, so I do apologise. Hopefully next week I'm going to have something brand new for us to work on. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. It may very well be done on the Wednesday show, but yeah, hopefully I'll have something to work on. So last week, whoops, wrong section. So if we just hide this window, let's bring up the iPad. Okay, there we go. So so last time we'd started working on this album cover, and yeah, like I was saying, I was hoping to get a bit further on with it, but it hasn't happened. So what I'm doing now, so I've been kind of inking up the various parts of this guy, and for those who weren't with us last time, effectively what I'm doing is I'm creating an album cover, which I will then send to a band to potentially get some work out of them. So I'm hoping to do that very soon, but as I was having a little conversation with Lena about it, is what I might do is just send a very rough coloured version over to them and see what they say, because I don't really want to go too far into this and then them say, actually, we're not interested at all. I mean, I'll probably end up finishing the illustration anyway, but yeah, for the sake of it, I think we will just get going on this right now. And I will put some Spotify tunes on. I don't think there's that many people in the chat, so I may not do any Spotify requests today. So let me just check Spotify on. So yeah, hoping you guys are doing well and had a great bank holiday. I really would like to get some wireless headphones. That's something I'd really like to get. That's something on my list. So I've got a bunch of new tracks that I want to play. Just going to put Spotify there so I can see it. Let's put it on. Let's reduce the thing. Okay. Is that thing on? Can't hear any audio. Oh, okay. Right. Let me just get this back on. Definitely muted the guitar. Sorry guys, I'm just organising my audio to make sure that I can hear things. Let's put it on this. Bring that down. So yeah, so you can listen along on the Discord if you want to listen to it. I'm going to play some tracks. Right, that should be in there now. I'm hoping that works. Not sure if it is, but we will see. Hopefully that is working, but I'm not sure. Always the same with these things. It says it's connected. Maybe it's just not loud enough. Yeah, I think it's working. Yeah, it's working nice. Cool. So I'll get on with this. A little bit loud. Right, let's get going on this then. So what I want to do really is I would like to try and get as much of this inking done today, and then I will not have to do it next week. Like I was saying, I really want to get this kind of finished up quite soon. What am I doing? Yeah, that's one layer, so I'll make that a new layer. And yeah, for anyone who's not joined us before, I typically do all my inking on an iPad in Adobe Sketch, and then I kind of go through and actually kind of get it into Photoshop and do the colouring on there. And what we might do is we might actually do the colouring on here for a change. I'll try and get this line weight a little bit thinner. I knew this would be tricky, these curves. Something like that, I suppose. Probably move it up a bit. And what's great about this is like you can actually move the lines around and just fiddle about with them until they're right. Yeah, it's not quite right. Curves are always a bit of a bugger for me. They're always like not quite right, and it does take a bit of time to actually get the right kind of curve. Especially kind of like when you're drawing on a digital screen, quite easily not work out how you want it to. So what I'll do is I'll probably leave that. I'll have a look at it later. Try and work out some of these. And it's got kind of like this weird kind of star helmet thing. I'm wondering what it actually is, if it's like an emblem. Might put a bit more detail into it. Haven't quite decided yet what I'm going to do with it. But yeah, it does need like a bit more detail, like I say. Certainly in terms of the shading and stuff, I've got a fair bit of shading in there. So I'm hoping to kind of elevate that a bit. And yeah, like I say, for anyone who's not joined us before, you can join us on the Discord and listening along on Spotify to what I'm listening to, basically. Usually we do requests, but today I kind of want to just get on with this. Not worry too much about the tech. Oop. What I might do actually is I might just replicate that. Just try and flip that over. Duplicate. Maximum layers. See, this is the problem with Adobe Sketch, is you do get to the point where you have like 0 layers left, which can suck, if I'm honest with you. Let me see if I can delete something. Right, if I'm honest, probably could merge the eyes down because I don't need those to be separate anymore. Right, let's flip that over. Yeah, like I say, I'm hoping to have this kind of done, or to the point where it's in a good place. I'm hoping by sort of middle of next week. It's kind of almost kind of to the point where I can just send it off to the band and I can reveal to you guys which band it is actually going to be. That Seeker is here, my man. How you doing, man? That Seeker. So I'll just catch you up, man, on what we're doing. So unfortunately I didn't get to finish this piece over the weekend because bank holiday was a bit crazy for me. Too much sunshine. So I'm now a bit further on the inking. We have a brand new section today, which I actually want to potentially get you involved in at some stage. And potentially some of the other guys as well. Who knows? It should be quite good. So it's going to be on a little bit later. And the title is Warp, is the new section title. And I'm hoping it all works out. Yeah, man, you must be knackered after off, man. So envious. That Signal Noise and Jam Factory show looked amazing. Like, from what I've seen, from the clips I've seen anyway, I would love it if somebody actually uploaded the whole thing to YouTube somewhere or whatever. I would be so grateful because it looked absolutely epic. Right, so let's try and ink these horns. Let's see. So I wanna go on that layer. So how you been, man? Apart from being tired, are you back at work now and stuff? I'm assuming. I can only assume that you're gonna be working and stuff. I'll definitely be up for off next year, man. Like I feel like I missed out this year, so I'm like, right, I'll get my stuff together for next year because I don't want to miss out. I just hope that James is speaking next year. Went straight back to work on Monday after off. Oh man, on Monday? Monday's a bank holiday. You worked on the bank holiday, or do you mean Tuesday? Oh, actually, maybe it's not a bank holiday for you because you're not in the UK. Ah. Just suddenly thought, right, I want that a bit thicker. There we go. No bank holidays in Sweden. Ah, dude. Sorry to hear that, man. That sucks. We have random ones like on the 6th of June, which is a Wednesday. Okay, that's bizarre. Very strange. Very, very strange. On a Wednesday, that's kind of a weird day to have it, isn't it? That's very weird. Right, now I know that these horns are going to be a freaking nightmare because the curve is so sharp, and obviously I'm not doing this in Illustrator. But that part is not so bad, but yeah, curves, man, getting the line to actually flow correctly, especially on a tablet, can be a freaking nightmare. Ugh. It's like it all has to be in. That's a bit better. So what I think I will do is I will avoid some of these curves for now and maybe start working on some of this electricity, fire type stuff, because at least it's a bit easier. Don't want to bore you guys doing curves for half an hour. Yeah, but that's a really weird day. That's a very strange day to have like a bank holiday. How bizarre. Right, let's have a go on these little flames or lightning bolts. I'm not quite sure what they are. Let's reduce the opacity down a bit. There we go. Yeah, man, so I'm looking forward to doing this new section. And I'm hoping I can pull it off. Because it could very well all go to pot. But I'm hoping I've done my research and my homework enough that it'll actually work. Try and just get like trying to get a bit more detail because obviously my sketch is like really rough, so I'm going to try and get a bit more detail into these little lightning flame things. So who's your favorite speaker then, man? If apart from Signal Noise and Jam Factory, who else did put on a good show? I'm assuming what's his face, Joshua Davis probably did a good job. I'm assuming. I saw he was Randy, what's his name? Was it Randy Man Savage or something like that? Yeah, he was amazing. I'm good, super inspired, lots of ideas. I'm trying to get a portfolio. Oh yeah, you were doing your portfolio, and this week's project done. So I can take some time in my sketchbook this weekend. Yeah, man, yeah. Oh, as well, yeah. Oh, I need to... what I would like to do is... yeah, it'd be great to kind of sort out that project we were talking about previously. We'll get that sorted. Then I can feature it on the show. Maybe I could have you on the show as well. Maybe I could do some sort of voice chat or something, or a screen share or something to show some of the work you've been doing. because your work's really awesome, man. I would love to do that actually for a lot of you guys, is to get your work on here, inspiring people. Because I do my best, but some of you guys' work's pretty damn incredible, if I'm honest. Yeah, man, but you got to take a bit of a break sometimes, you know. If you're knackered, you definitely take a break from your creativity, for sure. I actually have it cut. I've just got to put it together. Ah, you star. You star. I mean, I saw you've done quite... You had it all together or whatever in a big block or whatever. I think I saw that on your Illustrator file. I did see it. Right, I'm zoomed in to the max on this one. And I'm trying not to make the inking too perfect this time, apart from like what's it called? Curves and things like that, where it has to be quite precise. But you know, things like this, try not to be too perfect. Kind of just seeing where it lands, basically. Having said that bit went wrong. Let's get that in there. Oops. Let's click back onto the right layer. Hide that. Have it cut. Just got to put it together. Okay, man. Great. Well, I mean, whenever you have it done, give me a shout and we'll sort out the monies and all the rest of it. Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm hoping to get some client work through. I had a previous client of mine drop me an email today, despite me emailing them a few weeks ago saying, did they have anything to do? They said no. And today they emailed me saying they have a few bits to do. So hopefully get some work done. It feels like ages. I mean, it's been a very strange year for client work for me. I don't usually have such big gaps, but hey. Best talks are probably Tom Muller or Porcus Lampas. I mean, I think that Porcus Lampas, is that the kind of really detailed work you were showing on the Signal Noise Discord? Because it really did look really good, if I'm honest. It looked pretty damn awesome. I think that's the one you were talking about. I think Tom Muller, he's pretty damn good, isn't he? I've seen some of his stuff. He does like comic book titling and stuff like that, if I remember rightly. Calligraphy stuff was mental. Oh yeah, man. I mean, I don't know how like professional calligraphers kind of do what they do. Now, you see, that might be a bit too detailed. Always a bit of a thing with me. It's like sometimes I put a little bit too much detail in on these things. Reduce the curve there. But thanks for tuning in, man. I really appreciate it. Like I say, I know you're probably knackered and stuff. I really do appreciate it. But we have got kind of an exciting, well, I hope it's exciting kind of section lined up. That's a bit different from things I've done. Something new and kind of a bit experimental. Tom's stuff is great. Considering it's his side gig, it's even more impressive. Really, that's a side gig. I thought it was like his main job was to do kind of like comic book titling or something. I thought that's what he did. Let's get this side done. So who else is lurking? I don't know who else, if there's anyone else lurking actually. Oh, actually, it's quite a few people lurking in the chat. Haha. So yeah, welcome guys. My stuff tends to be kind of rock orientated, and the whole theme of the show is kind of like design meets rock and roll. So at certain parts of the show, I actually pick up a guitar and play guitar. We do all kinds of things. Like I do like requests sometimes. So people request famous tunes and I play like little riffs from them. So yeah, so appreciate you guys hanging out and checking out the stream. Let's see if I can get is a little bit further on. He does web for his main job. Oh, okay, man, I didn't know that. Okay, fair enough. Try and get that in there. Let's just see how it looks with shadows, actually. Oops, wrong layer. Let's get the shadows in. There we go. See, I'm really looking forward to actually getting these shadows done. I'm kind of a bit terrified as well because I haven't done shadows like this before. First time. So I'm hoping it'll look good. Let's see if we can get some more of these little flames done. I wonder if Lena's come back from her tea yet. I fancy a cup of tea now myself. But yeah, man, I mean, I think next year off for sure. I will be there. I'm just hoping like James does a talk. I'm really hoping, because I've seen him a couple of times, but I would have loved to have seen his new talk. Did he mention anything about Twitch at all, his talk? I'm assuming he did, seeing as it's kind of new for him. And I ended up making a salad. No worries, Lena. Nice. I think we've got chicken on the go tonight. He had to cut it. Why did he have to cut it, man? Was it too long or something? They didn't have time. Oh, shit, man. Oh, dear. Pardon my language. I don't usually swear on the stream, but... Yeah, oh, wow, okay. So it must have been... Because were they kind of like just flicking between his talk and then Gav's talk? Or was it like one of them did one bit and then the next they did like the other, and then Signals did the other half and stuff? I'm assuming that's how it was. Like they both had like their own little talks prepared. Because that's how it was at the first WrestleMania in Bristol. Yeah. Whoops. So we're going to play a little game of Rock Who in a bit. I've got a few different things you guys can try and guess. I'm also going to trial a little something different where I'll kind of put the I'll put the number of letters and you guys need to guess what the words are basically. So I'm going to try that as well. That's something new I'm going to work on. But for now, let's try and get these flames and stuff sorted, or at least most of the way sorted. I don't know if they're flames or if it's lightning bolts. I haven't quite worked that out yet. Could just be lightning bolts, I guess. I'm definitely looking forward to sending this to the band. I mean, they may turn around and say, "What the hell are you doing? Nothing like what we want." But hey, hopefully they'll say, "Yeah, we like it. Let's do it," kind of thing. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, because I would have thought the whole Twitch thing, it was like back and forth for like 2 hours. Oh man, that's quite hard to coordinate. That's really hard to coordinate, because the first time they did it, it was like, right, Jam Factory did his one, boom, then James did his one, boom, like 2 separate talks. So they had to try and mix it together then. Wow, that's quite tough and tricky to kind of organise for sure, man. Definitely. Well, it's a shame it didn't include the Twitch stuff, man, because that's quite a big thing of his right now. At least I'm assuming it is. I mean, I don't know. He's not streamed for a couple of weeks now, but yeah. It was funny on the last stream. I was showing pics from Hustlemania in Bristol when him and Gav spoke, and it's funny because Reviver Night was actually at the same talk as me, Obviously, I didn't know him at the time. And yeah, he was in the same place as me, watching the same talk, which is quite funny. How's that looking? If I remove my outline, yeah, it's kind of getting there. Yeah, small world, like you say. I mean, I'd never met the guy before. Neither of us have been streaming. Well, Signal Noise hadn't even started a stream yet, you know. And there you go. He happened to be at the same event as me, funnily enough. Yeah. 20 to 8. Try and get the rest of this bit done. And then we'll play a bit of Rock Who. Should be fun. And we're edging ever closer to this target of 50. The target for this month is 50, but I don't think we're going to hit it because tomorrow is June. Unless all of a sudden 10 people suddenly follow me, or 12 people even. I don't think we're going to hit it. But hey, hopefully next month we'll hit 50 is the follower goal. And then we can actually get some emojis going because I'll hit affiliate, hopefully. Looking forward to it. Yeah, I mean, me and Flo have been going to off for about the same length of time, and this was the first year we met. Yeah, man, it's crazy, isn't it? Like, you could be going the same place as somebody and not know them, and then they've been doing the same thing as you that whole time. Isn't that funny, eh? I've missed a bit there. I thought I did. I did miss a little bit. Kind of want to... I don't know if that's... Yeah, not too fussed about that, so we'll leave that off. So I've got my lightning thing going on. Longest time between internet and real meeting with my friends was 5 years. Felt like we've been knowing each other for ages and could just ask, how was your day after meeting? Yeah, that's really cool, Alina. Yeah, I can't think of something where that's happened to me. Although I'm really looking forward and hoping that I meet you guys. I'm hoping to like meet you guys maybe at off, or maybe there'll be some sort of Signal Noise Discord meetup or something and we all meet. That would be freaking awesome. So I'm hoping that's going to happen one day. But for now, yeah. For now, we'll just have to stick to the medium that is the internet. And hope that it all works out okay. Alright, it's 1:45. So what I will do is I'll hit the pause button on this. Quite figuratively. Pause the Spotify, and let's get into a quick game of Rock Who for you two guys. I don't know if anyone else is in the chat, but if you feel like playing along, this is like a fun little game that we play. I'm just going to quickly have a drink of water because I've been talking a bit too much. Bear with me. Right. So yeah, Rock Who is kind of a little game that we play where typically I draw something and people have to guess what it is. It's a bit like Pictionary. It's quite fun. I've done it a couple of times now, and most people seem to enjoy it. So yeah, feel free to have a go. Let's switch back over here. Here we go. So I've got a new canvas. All right. So, are you guys up for this? Lena, well, it's first someone squishing me in a hug, then this. Yeah, for sure. Sometimes that happens. Awkward hugs when you first meet someone and stuff. It's quite funny. Cool. So, I will start drawing someone, and we'll see if you guys can recognize who it is. Let me get my reference up. I think Oh, I think Johannes just messaged me in the chat saying he missed it. Whoops. Hopefully he tunes in now. We'll see him soon, I hope. Yeah, so let's have a look and see. Let me just message him. He's saying, are we still live? Okay. Still live. Still live, man. Join us. Right, okay. So I messaged him just to let him know he can come in. So let's do our first little Rock Who guy. So this is a famous rock star. Let's see how badly I can draw him. All right. Oops. I'm just doing this very roughly from a little bit of reference that I've got. Hybrid. No, it's not hybrid. It's a famous rocker. Let's see. I can't chat. Is that what you're saying? Johannes saying something in the chat there. Sorry. In the. Oh dear. His chin is really hard. His chin's like really hard edge. Phoenix. No, it's not. Famous rocker. I'm not necessarily a famous rocker yet. Ah, boy. Oh man, his hair does not look like that at all. I'll start his hair again. He's got one of these faces that's like really awkward to draw. Broccoli, no. Let's get forehead in there and then let's do his hair again. His hair is kind of like this kind of thing. I've got sideburn there. Actually, that part's wrong. It's kind of quite a famous band. Been doing the rounds for quite a long time. Let's see. Anyone can pick it out. Josh Homme. No, it's not. Quite a famous rocker. He's got quite a big forehead. This is like a really bad rendition of him. Hopefully he never sees it. This may very well give it away. And of course his glasses go into his sideburn, because that's how all glasses do. Alright, so he's got some glasses, and I think that Seeker has got it. Yeah, man. It is indeed Bono. There we go. The little weird, funny ear things. That's one of the things, like, drawing ears. It's fucking weird. I don't know. Ears are such weird things. It's like, I don't understand how to draw them. Never understood how to draw ears or fingers. Always kind of a bit of a mystery for me. Nice one, man. Well done for getting that one. Yeah. Favourite joke is about Bono. Oh, do tell us, unless it's extremely rude. Alright. There we go. That's kind of my best impression of Bono. Oh dear. Not great. What's the difference between God and Bono? I don't know. What is the difference between God and Bono? What is the difference? Lena says God is taller, maybe. God doesn't walk around Dublin thinking he's Bono. That's a good one. That's quite good. Alright, so let me do my next one. This one's a bit trickier. Let's see if I can get some good reference. Oh man, this might be a bit tricky to draw, but we'll see how we go. All right, so he's got shin like that. Oops. And then got a little dimple there. That's a pretty good joke, man. I haven't heard that one before. Oops. Too busy looking at the screen while I'm drawing. Oh damn, it was Lemmy's phrase. I forgot. I'm God. I'm not God. God's taller. Lemmy. Okay. It was Lemmy who said that. Fair enough, man. Okay. Chris Jericho's Twitter. Okay, man. You really love your wrestling, don't you, Lena? You absolutely love it. Someone with a piercing. No, it's actually a dimple. My bad. It's actually a dimple. And then it's kind of got one eye there. I hate wrestling sometimes, but it's my life. Oh, there goes my iPad. As I was saying at the time, my iPad always falls off my stand. Yeah. Well, if you love wrestling, then, you know, gotta go and do it, man. Okay, so this will be the big clue. This hasn't turned out too bad, this one. Considering some of the other atrocious versions I've done. He has got long hair. It is a he. Let's see. Some shading on Kurt Cobain. That Seeker got it again. There you go. Good on you, man. Good on you. I'm just finishing him up. My very poor attempt at Kurt Cobain. Well, it's not too bad. Could be worse. Oh, iPad keeps falling. I was Googling how to spell his name in English. Ah, bless you. Ah, bless. Okay, so let's get strand in. There we go. All right, now the next one will be a bit different in that I'm going to try and I will spell out a band and I'll give you some clues as to what that band is going to be. So rather than draw like likenesses, which I do suck at if I'm honest with you a little bit, I will give you like a band name. So let's see. So it is, let me see. So it is, whoops, Ulaya. Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, pretty sure. Pretty sure that's it. Just erase this. So that's the band name. Now I'll give you guys some clues. So let's work on the first word first. This might actually give it away straight away. We will see. So that's the word. If I point to it. Either of you guess what that word might be? It is. Well done. That's Ika, got it. Again, nice. Okay, so let's work on the second word. So we're working on this word here. This actually looks like something else. Whoops. I'll redraw that quickly. Any guesses, guys? I don't know if you guys might be able to decipher that from my terrible drawings. No, no, it's not alarm. No. I'll give you guys another clue. How should I draw this? Prison. Oh, almost. Almost. That's Ika. You almost got it right. Let's see if I can. Don't know if you guys might know what this is. That's right, that's Ika, got it. Hooray. God, I thought I was going to go insane. So what is the band name? Let's see if you guys can work out the full band name, because the other two are just regular words. It's 2 words, I should say. Let's see if anyone gets it. Don't know if anyone will. Any guesses? Or maybe, well, you've kind of, there you go. Not quite, it's not quite. You got 1 word. It's a famous band. You almost had it right. 1 last word to go. Whoops. Oh, it looks like Johannes having all kinds of issues. Ah, you got it right. There you go. Nice one, man. That's it. That's the one. Sting the police. You got it, man. You got it. Awesome. So I think we'll probably end Roku there. That's 3 different ones. I suppose the only thing with doing it in this format is you might guess it before I've actually finished writing it, which you actually didn't guess it, so that's kind of worked out quite nicely. So yeah, awesome. Okie dokie. So we'll end Rock Who there. Coming up to 8 o'clock. So we'll end it there. And yeah, guys, so what I'll do now is I'll have a little break, a little few minute break, and we will come back and we will have this brand new section very, very soon. I might do a bit more on the headliner and then do this new section, which may all go wrong, but we'll soon see. So yeah, I'll be about 5 minutes, guys. I'll see you in a little while. See you in 5. we're back. Okay, so think I'm all set up. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, guys, I'm actually going to do an access all areas now. I don't know if you guys are still in the chat. Give me a shout if you are or whatever. I actually really need to, on that subject, I actually really need to get a new intermission video done. I haven't done one for a couple of weeks, couple of months even. So yeah, so I actually really need to do that. So that's on my list of things to do. So what we'll do now is we will do an access all areas. I'm checking I've got my thing. Yeah, an access all areas. And let me just go back to my camera. Pretty much here. Okay, no worries. Let's see if I've got this right. That's not working. Let me just do this so I can... Hopefully this does not crash a thing. Okay, so let me just move this over because this is in completely the wrong place. So basically, guys, I'm just going to do an access all areas first up today. This isn't the new section or anything like that. This is just like a little access all areas. I thought it might be cool if I show you guys what I use in terms of my guitar stuff. I don't usually talk about it very much on the stream, but it's become kind of like an inherent part of the actual stream. And yeah, so I thought I'd just kind of show you guys the app I use. I do actually have like amplifiers and stuff. I do use them, but at the moment the sound and stuff on one of them isn't quite right. I think one of the tubes may have gone. So this is actually how I get my guitar tone. See if this is working right. It is working. It's a bit low. Let's see. I might have to turn this up a bit. Bear with me a second. Just turn this up. And this is kind of something a bit out of the ordinary because, yeah, I don't typically do this very much. Oh, that's why. Same problem as last time. There we go. There we go, I can hear it nicely now. So yeah, so this is a guitar app called Amplitude, and effectively what it does is you can emulate a ton of different guitar amps, effects, tones. You can pretty much do just about anything with it. So what I will do is yeah, so you can get a really nice tone. So this is an amplifier that you can choose. You can choose lots of different types of amplifiers. There's it ships with an absolute ton of them. Let me pull up some more presets. So for example, this is my AC/DC tone that I worked on. So this is a slightly different amplifier. Alright, what I'll do is actually, I'll move this, because this is a bit of a different thing than what we usually do. I'll just move this over, move that there, and I'll just bring up my my other QuickTime, because I do have my iPhone connected. I don't know if this will work. I'm assuming it will. It may all be too much for what's it called, for OBS. Hopefully it's not. I'll just flick on my iPad. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Right, bear with me a second, guys. I'm not prepared for this at all. So at least you can see what I'm playing while I'm kind of showing you this this thing. There we go. That'll do. Yeah. So this kind of is a great little app. So this is my AC/DC tone. And what it comprises of is there's like different stomp boxes and stuff, and these are like pedals, and this is actually a slash pedal, so it's actually Slash's kind of pedal that you can buy from the store, and all it does is it stops the noise. So if I put this on, you can hear how it hisses. So if I turn it off now, you can see it kind of reduces it. So yeah, so this gives you a kind of a really nice sort of lead tone. Kind of like an old classic amplifier. And what's really cool in this app as well is you can actually move microphones around. So this is like a speaker cabinet. And kind of back in the day, bands used to kind of have a speaker cabinet and then they would mic it a certain way. So they'd put the microphone in a certain place. And you can actually kind of virtually do exactly the same thing and move the microphones around, which is really cool and really different. Because a lot of the time you wouldn't be able to do this on a lot of software, and they kind of brought this, into their software, which is really cool. It makes it a bit more natural. So if I move this, here the tone kind of changes. Same with this one as well. You can move it away from the speaker as well. It changes the tone, which is really cool. I'll go through a couple more of these. So I have lots of different presets I've made. Some of these I don't actually use. So this is my kind of standard metal kind of lead tone, which is a bit more crunchier and a bit different to the other one. It's a lot more kind of modern, which is great for kind of solos and things. And this is actually the same tone I use on, what's it called, on the intro. So this is actually the same tone I use on the intro. I may have changed it slightly since, but yeah, it's the same tone. Anyway, so that's kind of a few of the different effects I use. But what I wanted to do as well is kind of like have a little bit of a play with this. So this is kind of my standard clean sort of guitar tone. So yeah, pretty standard. But what I wanted to do is kind of show you how, if we add a bit of delay, we can make some really crazy sort of things. Let's see if that's going. So there you go. So you can hear like the sounds going. There's a bit of delay. And you can hear how it's constantly playing. And if I muck around with the effects, you can get some really strange things. Some kind of spacey feedback kind of delay things going on. I was playing about with this earlier today. It's quite fun. Let's up the delay on that. Oh, Twitch is down for a lot of people. Yeah. Apparently a few people can't get onto Twitch. Okay, well, that's something. Yeah, kind of space rock type of thing, yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of weird pedals that you can add. Have I tried this one? Oh, that sounds pretty awful. What's the one I tried earlier? I tried... what did I try? Was it a pitch modulator? Yeah, it was this one. This is really weird. Now I actually have. What's funny is this is modelled on a very famous pedal that I actually own. It's quite a famous pedal. Maybe I'll talk about it on another stream. But it's like a pitch shifting. It's like a pitch shifting pedal. Yeah, I just had some trouble refreshed, and now a bunch of stuff isn't loading. Oh crap, man! Oh wow. Can you actually see the stream? That Seeker? I don't know if you can see the stream, or if you can't see it at all, or if you can only see the chat. Give me a shout. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, cool. That's cool. So yeah, this is like a weird pitch shifting pedal. You can hear how it sounds completely detuned. There's quite a few famous guitarists use this sort of pedal. I think Tom Morello uses this kind of pedal in Rage Against the Machine. You can get kind of like... kind of weird thing. Okay, maybe I'll show you guys a couple more. What else have we got on here? I did see a couple of other ones. Like there's a few flangers in here. Flangers are pretty weird. Now I wish you could play Mahasahona Asteroids Part 1. I have no idea what that is, Lena. I have no idea. Let's turn it up. Kind of sounds squelchy, kind of flanger. I know that Nirvana use flangers and choruses quite a bit. So yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of weird things you can do with this app, and it's just like, I just kind of wanted to give you guys a bit of a behind the scenes as to what I use and how I use it. So it's just so much easier to use this than have a big amplifier all set up, raring to go kind of thing. I mean, I would love to do that at some point. But yeah, at some point, maybe in the future. Let's see. What else is there? Oh, there's a wah pedal. You can do like an auto wah. I would love to have a wah pedal as well, actually. Let me chuck it on auto. How's that work? Kind of a wah wah kind of sound. Bit of Hendrix kind of inspired. Kind of interesting. So yeah, so that's kind of this access all areas. Just thought I'd show you guys a few of the things I do. Let's go back to what could we do? Let's go back on my heavy tone and we'll see. So yeah, that's all working. And there's all kinds of, I forgot to mention actually, there's all kinds of rack things as well you can do. So these rack effects, so this is a compressor, so this actually boosts the signal. This is a reverb thing, so you can actually get a bit of reverb, and this is an EQ thing which basically changes the way the tone sounds. So there's not much difference actually, but if I turn the reverb off, there's not as much reverb. So if I put it on, see a bit of a reverb. So yeah, this is an awesome little app. It's even got a tuner as well, so you can tune things. Probably not in tune, but there we go. So yeah, guys. So that's my little access all areas for today. Just kind of showing you guys. Kind of how the software that I use for my guitar, how it works. I plug in with an iRig HD. That's kind of the interface I use. There's many other interfaces out there. Just turn the guitar off. Yeah, I mean, so that's what I use, and I could use a whole amp setup with some proper pedals and stuff, but it'll be a bit complicated to set that up week in, week out. So this kind of helps me kind of get through things. Okay, so I noticed that a few people are having trouble logging onto Twitch. So what I'll do is I will head back to the headliner. Let me just flick a few things on here. Let's get back to the headliner for a little bit, and then hopefully people will be able to join us in a little bit. If they can't, they can't, and hopefully they can just watch the VOD afterwards. Let me see, is this going to work now? Oh, that's still on there, and that's completely wrong. I knew that might happen. So let me turn Photoshop off. Let me bring this across. Oh yeah, of course. So I've cropped this now. I need to uncrop it. Don't crash, don't crash. Alt. There we go. So I'm just going to do this for a little bit longer, guys, and then we'll get into our new section, which should be a bit weird and a bit strange, and I'm hoping will work correctly. Let's see. Right, so the guitar's off. Put this over here. Time is 8:20. Okay, so we've got to get through 2 more sections today, but I'll just do 5 minutes or so on this headliner. Get rid of our Rock Who thing. There we go. So we're back on. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on with Twitch. I don't know why a few people can't see it. It's kind of a shame, but it is what it is. I'm just going to have a quick look at the Discord, actually. Let me see. Discord. Oh, Mr. Triple was saying something on there. Oh, dear. Oh, we can only watch it in a small little window. It's the previous episode. Oh, dear. Oh, man, I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm just loading this up. This is the best I could get it to work. Tiny Phoenix Studios in the bottom corner. Oh, man. Can't load that video right now. Okay. It's really strange. Okay. What is down for me is Twitter. Okay. Well, Lena can't access Twitter. That is a shame. Okay. Well, we'll carry on regardless. We'll get through this. Let's do a little bit more. Try and do some flames on the top. Let's see if we can get a few more flames in here. Come on the right layer. Yeah, okay. You guys still out there? Hope you are. Hope Twitch hasn't completely utterly failed, because that would suck. I'm still streaming. So hopefully it's still working. Lena's here. That Seeker is here. Okay. At least someone's here. Oh man, that would suck if I went live and then there's like no one because the whole thing's gone dead. That would suck. Okay. So we'll do a little bit more on this guy and then we'll get into this new section I keep going on about. I hope I haven't hyped it up too much now. It's just a bit of fun really. But something I've been experimenting with. Yeah. Over. Did you guys have a good weekend, by the way? I'm assuming you did. I know that Seeker was off. I think, Lena, you've had a few things on as well. Doing some art stuff. That's cool. I'm trying to work out what I'm doing this week. Well, I might be doing some client work finally because a client got in touch with me earlier to put a quote together, so that's what I'm going to be doing potentially. Also might have some other work coming up. I would like to finish this piece up and get it off to this band by kind of middle of next week, I'm hoping. My weekend was pretty great. Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, you got to see signal noise and all the rest of it. It's alright for some, innit? Right, let's remove the outline for a second. Outline is not that one. Oh, it's turned the outline off already. Okay. Oh, so where's that? Huh? Sorry, gang. I'm just trying to work it. Oh, it's that layer. Okay. Why would I put it on that layer? That's really strange. Oh well. By the way, I saw your website, man. I think it's really cool. Don't know what that scrolling issue was, by the way. It just looks kind of a bit sensitive on my end. I'm not sure why it was scrolling like that. But hey, it is what it is, I guess. Right, half past almost. I think when we get to half past, and I'll finish this up. See if I can flip this. Cheat a little bit. But yeah, you guys, well, Lena, you should try and maybe get your guitar on. You know, it's actually really easy. That app I showed you, I think most of it is like you can actually download it for free. I know you can download some of it for free. I'm not sure if you can record with it for free, but I'm pretty sure like you can download it and use it for a certain amount of time anyway, at least. And all you need then is like just a way of plugging your guitar in, basically. I don't know if you have a guitar, but I'm sure you could probably get one fairly cheap nowadays. I mean, the only thing that really concerns me actually is like I heard that Gibson is actually going bust, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean Gibson have been going for so long, some of the most legendary, iconic guitarists of all time have used their guitars. I mean, I've got a Gibson Les Paul, but yeah, apparently they're going bankrupt, which is pretty crazy, considering. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's a bit cleaner than my previous site, but I really have to redo the whole thing sometime in the future. Need to sort out my That Seeker branding first. Yeah, I wonder what your origin story is of that name, actually. It's quite an interesting name. I'm not quite sure what it means or what it stands for, but yeah, I'm kind of interested to know what it means. So this is a thing. Right. Is that better? That's better. Okay. See. Let's see. Okay, so he's kind of almost there in that respect. Someday I don't get to be around instruments. Oh, okay. I thought you did like a bit of piano or something, Lena, if I remember rightly. I remember you doing like an Enter Sandman thing or something you sent me once. That was really cool. Or is that like a bit of a hobby or something? Doing piano on a computer keyboard. That was quite cool. Originally was just Seeker on forums when I was 14, 15. What's the meaning behind it? Is it like a nickname or something you've had since you were a kid? Virtual piano on laptop. Yeah, that was it, Lena. I remember. I remember you were talking about that. Right. Okay. So 8:30. So what I will do is we'll press the pause button on this for now. I probably won't do any more of this stream, I don't think. Don't think I need to, really. I think that'll probably do. And we will load up the new section, which I keep going on about. Right, okay. Let me see if I can get my stuff together. Let's get this out of the way. Alright, so I had a synth, sold it in 2015 because moved to another city. Then someone, oh right, okay, you had a synth before. Oh, okay, man, that's cool. I've never had one. Oh, actually, I tell a lie, I had a keyboard once, many times, many years ago. It's downstairs, don't use it anymore. That Seeker. Then someone joined with a similar name, and people got us confused in chat rooms. Oh, okay, so somebody joined, and they got confused with who you were. So I changed it to That Seeker, and that's been my username ever since. Oh, okay, man. I think Seeker is the kanji enunciation of something, but I can't remember what. Oh, okay, man. Cool. That's cool. I did not know that. That's really interesting. I will have an origin story for my name at some stage. My name has lots of my studio name, Phoenix Studios, has got lots of connotations. And it's a bit random how I kind of happened across it, but it's a story for another day. Let's get into this new section. So the new section is called Warp, and I'm trying to, like, the idea behind this. Let me see if I can find the right thing. Is it still working? It is working, I think. It's working. Yeah, it is. Sorry, I just loaded this thing up. I just want to check it works before I go into a big massive description of what it is. Let me just check. This is all good. Oh right, okay. Okay, seems to be working all right. Yeah. So effectively, I've been wanting to do this probably since the start of my stream. I'll be honest with you guys. It is an idea I have had for quite a while, but I couldn't actually find a way of doing it. So that's just to kind of give you a bit of a premise of this little story as to what this will do. It's very, very experimental at this stage. I have not tried to do it before. I'm just letting you guys know. So, so what I will do is I will quickly, let me just hide this a second. Let's turn on our regular camera to window, and what I want to do is, I can't select it because it's minimized, that sucks. Let me open this up. Let's layer opacity down to 0, okay, cool. Right, sorry, I'm just flicking between. Mr. Triple is here, right on time. My man, Mr. Triple. Cool, man. Glad you are here. It is black and white at the moment, just because I'm setting something up. But basically, I'll go back through this very quickly. So, Mr. Triple, thank you very much for joining us. You're right on time. Basically, I am now about to debut a brand new section called Warp. The idea behind this is something I've been thinking about for quite a while. I have not been able to do it up until now. And last night I was experimenting a bit with an app, and it kind of does what I want to do. So I'm gonna have a go on it now. So let me flick this off. Actually, I'll flick it back on. Let me just get my guitar because it is guitar orientated. Right, let's get the right tone up. Let me select the right guitar tone. I will put it on a clean tone for now. Right, okay. You found your way to Narnia. That's cool. Alright, so Warp. Let's get into this. This is very experimental, guys, so it might all go wrong. This is not Warp, that's not what I'm talking about. Okay, let's bring the opacity of this up. Nice. Okay, have I got my guitar on? I don't, so let's do this. And then what I also want to do is, if I can try and get my camera working on this. Let's see if this works first. Okay, so that kind of works. So yeah, so the idea behind this, guys, is I am trying to get audio reactive visuals to work. I have never tried this before. It is extremely new to me. But what I'm trying to do, and we're going to get even more trippy in a minute, you wait. Let's bring this in. So this is another thing. So let me bring this in. Right, let's see if this will react as well. That seems to work as well. I'm going to turn the volume down a bit on this so it doesn't go so crazy. So what I'm trying to do, guys, is I'm actually trying to do audio reactive visuals, and this is something I've been wanting to do for ages, and I have not found a way of doing it. But it gets better because this thing can do all kinds of weird and crazy things. So let me maybe go on to a heavy tone and let's see how that sounds. Let's see. Let's go on to En Sandman. It's my regular guitar tone. I'm probably going to have to turn down the audio reactive side of things because... Well, that seeker says processing. It is not processing, sir. It isn't at all. It's actually an app that I found. It's pretty damn crazy app to learn and to work out, but there's not one lot. I haven't written any code for this. This is all done with a couple of apps. So yeah, man, this is completely different to anything I've tried before. Oh, I mean, if you want to do it, yeah, no, I could do it, but it would take me ages to learn. So I was trying to find some sort of cool way of doing it without spending ages trying to learn something. So let me try and get now a live feed of my guitar. I don't know if that would work. Does that work? Possibly not, because I haven't selected it. Sorry, gang. I'm just mucking around with like getting my video feed to work. Like I say, I don't know if this will become a staple of the show, but we'll soon see. It's trying to find my camera. There it is. Does that work? I don't know if it's picked up my camera. Possibly not. Oh well, never mind. I need to try and work out how to do my guitar camera because it doesn't work at the moment. So yeah, so let's try a heavy tone and see what happens there. All right, that's pretty cool. I'm just literally clicking through a bunch of presets now, trying to see what everything does. Right, let's hide the weird kaleidoscope thing. That's pretty cool. So I actually use two apps for this. One of them is kind of like a free app, and the other one's a paid for app. But I'm using the trial. What's this? That's my standard one. What else have we got? What's this? So yeah, so this is this thing I've been playing around with since last night. I've been trying to work out how to do audio reactive visuals for quite a long time. This seems to work, but as I say, I'm still experimenting with it. This is pretty cool. And if I change that, I wonder if I change that. Let me see. Does that work? No, it doesn't. It's broken. Oh well. Yeah, I was trying to see if I could enable my camera, but it doesn't seem to work for whatever reason. I could probably put my other camera on, but this one doesn't seem to work. So, so what I was thinking, guys, I don't know if you guys are still out there, or if I've just disappeared into the madness, is maybe what we could do is if you, I'll just flick to the main camera. If you could like, it's up to you, but what I was thinking is like, everybody could like submit a bit of art or something, just chuck it in the channel. Like, literally like, you know, like how I've got like a show your work section. If you want something, if you want me to put it into this, I could put it into this. And then I could play, and it would react to the audio or something. It's kind of like almost like we'd be like remixing your artwork in a way. It's just an idea I had. I mean, I could put mine in, no worries. But it'd be kind of cool, like if you guys kind of say, "Hey, put this bit of art on your warp section." I literally bring it into the program, play guitar, and it kind of does a load of weird things to it. I just thought it might be quite cool, and I haven't really seen anyone do that kind of stuff really. Maybe Joshua Davis does it, but he doesn't sort of play guitar. Guess you need PNGs or to be honest, man, it accepts anything. It accepts video, PNGs, JPEGs. Try and format it to 1920 1080, but you can. I could literally like use anything really. I could put in animated GIFs. I've got some animated GIFs in here. Let's see. Let me go back to the warp section. There we go. Let me put on a few different things. There we go. Let's see if I can get some other effects going on here. That's a bit weird. That's kind of trippy. It kind of works though. All right. I'll put the guitar back on. Let's have a little play. Let's have a little play. Yeah, so this is one of my skulls from my last project. Let's have a little play with him. Yeah, he's pretty cool. If I up the sensitivity on this, I can actually make it go really wild. See how crazy that goes. It's pretty damn mental. Let's try and play with the background. What's this? Yeah, so if you guys, if we want to have a little play with this now, drop some stuff into. Let's see, where's the Discord? So on the Discord, chuck in something on show and tell that you want me to use. If you fancy it, guys, if you're up for it, literally just give me a PNG or a JPEG of something, chuck it in there, and I will put it into the warp, as I'm calling it, which is pretty damn crazy. me see if I can put a few other effects on. Layer position, that just does that. Mirror's edge. This is weird. Look at this. So trippy. That Seeker has uploaded something. Right, let's give this a go. Okay, so I'm going to turn off this effect. Let's see if we can get... Oh, he's put something in here. Okay, so I'm going to literally just quickly download this. This is quite fun, quite random. I'm just going to turn the guitar down a second so I don't make loads of noise. Open original. Oh crap, I don't want to load Chrome. Don't load Chrome. Make everything slow. Go away. Right, okay, let's get this cool little PNG that Seeker has sent me. Let's chuck it in here. There it is. That's pretty crazy. Okay, and this should probably do the same effect, I'm guessing. I don't know why it's transparent. That's something I have absolutely no idea why it is transparent. Maybe if I turn that off. Oh yeah, I've turned my guitar off, so that might be why. Alright, let's see how this works. That's ridiculous. That's really funny. Sorry, that's just really amused me. Okay, let's turn him onto the kaleidoscope vision thing. There we go. This is going to be really weird. Maybe it's a bit too much with the thing in the background. Okay. Some things obviously work better than others, I'm assuming. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm literally just mucking around with this thing. It's so weird. Whoa, that's really weird. I think I just triggered something without meaning to. Okay, I think Lena's put something in the chat as well. Let's chuck that in as well. It should be quite fun. Okay. Oh, wow, that should be really good because that's a transparent PNG. Let's chuck that in there. All right, let's put that in. That's the wrong layer. Let me put it. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, this is a really weird. I'll have to show you guys this app. It's so bizarre. The interface is like really strange. Grumpy cats. There we go. That is hilarious. That is really funny. Okay. Let me do like a grumpy cat kind of tone. Let's see if we can do like a grumpy cat tone on this. I'm having too much fun with this now. This is why I was showing you guys this app in terms of like the effects and stuff. Let me put that on. Okay. Let's see how we go with this. Right. Let's see. This is mental. This is the voice of the neon grumpy cat. Let's try a couple of more effects. This looks pretty weird. Let's see. Let's try this one. That's not working. I would love to kind of like get these effects working. Whoa, that's really weird. I think that's it for the grumpy cat today. So weird. Wow, okay. Let's try a couple more. I think that Seeker's put in another image. Oh, Mr. Triple's put in an image. Nice, man. Let me just download it. This should be really weird. I'm assuming this is one of yours, Mr. Triple. I'm assuming. Let me put this in. Okay, this is bizarre. Right. There we go. There. Okay, that's really weird. Okay, so let me put this on. These effects. Oh, I've gone and clicked off that. Oops, there we go. I think that's working. Is that working? There we go. That's what I had previously. So let me try a different effect. Oh, it's really trippy. This is really interesting, Mr. Triple. I'm not quite sure what this effect, what this piece is that you've done. Let me try that. I don't know what that is. It's a bit weird. Maybe that. No, that's a bit strange. Trying to find things that kind of work. Oh, that's kind of cool. Got a big square in the middle. I don't know why. What about this? No, that kind of covers it. This is the thing. It's finding things that actually work well. That's a bit too crazy. What I could do is actually reduce the opacity and just have it running in the background. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I was on a low poly kick for a couple of days or weeks. Yeah, man, nice. Okay, I'll use the same effect for now. Yeah, so that's kind of like a weird effect. Let me up the gain a little bit and let's see. Let's try a different effect on the audio side of things. So let me try a heavy metal kind of effect and let's see what happens with that. It's probably going to go crazy now. Yeah, pretty damn crazy. Trippy, yeah, for sure, man. I'll play about with a couple more effects and let's see what else we got here. There's like hundreds upon hundreds of different things you can do. This is one I was quite enjoying for my own stuff. So some Space Galaxy might be cool. Let's see if I've got a Space Galaxy type of thing on here. That's kind of a nebula sort of thing. That kind. Oh, that's pretty damn cool. Look at that. See if we can put this into overdrive, and I'm just literally going to chuck the gain up really high and see how crazy it goes. So bizarre. Oh, so weird. So that was from Mr. Triple. So there you go, man. So that's an audio reactive version of one of your pieces. Nice. Okay, I think Lena may have chucked in another image into the chat. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay, this should be quite fun. Will be great. It'd be great if you had an animated version of this, Lena. But I'll chuck this in for now. Let's see. I might have to delete a couple of things because I've got probably a few too many things going on. So let me delete. Oh yeah, it was that. Okay, cool. So let me delete that one. I might have to buy the full version of this because it's such a cool app. It's freaking expensive though. Maybe I think they may do a discount. I'm not quite sure. So we'll soon see. Is that still? No, that's still the old one. Okay. Right, so that's working. I don't think. Ah, there we go. That's better. Right, so this is a bit of Angus Young. Right, let me get my AC/DC tone for this, man, because this is like I have to get the right tone and the right song. So let's get the AC/DC tone loaded up. That's hilarious. Let me put the gain up a bit so he moves a bit more. That is hilarious. That is really funny. I could just have a ton of GIFs and just have so much fun with it. This could be the whole show. It's so good. Ridiculous. Keep sending your GIFs, guys. This is hilarious. Bit of AC/DC, bit of Angus Young there. Good man. This is so weird. Okay. Oh, Lena sent me something else. Let's see what else we got. Oh, is that transparent? Oh, yeah. Not transparent. Oh, okay. Well, we'll give it a go anyway. Let me just delete this GIF because I don't want to. I'll delete. I think I may have a limited amount of slots. So let's put this one in. I could make it transparent, I guess. Let's see. Oh, okay, I've got that one on 0 opacity. It's going to be crazy. Oh, man. It's really slow. Right, I'll turn that one off because that's going too crazy. I think it's struggling. Or it could just be because the what's it called? The GIF is the GIF quite slow? I think the GIF is possibly too big. That might be why. I think it sometimes slows down a bit. Let's see if I can just flick it back over to that. It's not. So it must have some sort of limit as to what you can do with the size of the images or something. I don't know. Yeah, a bit slow. But anyway, it's quite fun anyway. Must be to do with the size of the image. Let me check back to something else. I don't know. Get back onto this skull, I guess. It's quite fun. Is this going to do the same? Oh, yeah. Send me some more pics, guys. I'm going to do this a little bit longer, and then we'll do Vault at the end of today, if I have time. Let me see. What was I doing? I was doing something. Oh yeah, I was changing guitar tone. That's what I was doing. Completely forgot to set my pedal up today. Cool. That's really cool. If I do say so myself. All right, Selena sent me something else. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, why are you trying to open in Chrome, you stupid thing, honestly. I hate the way the Discord app has a tendency just to like load things up in Chrome. I need to set it to Safari. That's what I'll need to do. Okay, I'll try this one, Lena. I don't know if it'll work, but we'll soon see. Yes, I want to remove it. Put this one in instead. Let's try this out, man. I've got no idea. Maybe I'll put him on a cleaner tone. I could even play like the theme tune to the song or something. That would be quite funny. I don't know the theme tune, but hey, whatever. Alright, I'm having a bit too much fun with this, guys. But hey, what do you guys think of this section? It's pretty weird. It's pretty trippy. I think there's a lot of things we could do with it. There's a lot of different stuff I could do. Lots of different kind of possibilities. I really wanted to get you guys involved because I was thinking, well, if I just show my art and that's it, it's kind of like a bit boring. I would rather show a lot of different things. And show your art especially. Now that looks pretty damn cool. Mr. Triple's art there, that's pretty damn cool. It's either beautiful, trippy, or hilarious. I really love it. Oh, great, awesome. So I'll keep doing it then, man. Like that's just so much fun. So much fun. Yeah, I mean, you guys could literally, like, I'll flick over to the main camera now. I really want to get my camera working. That's something I need to work on. But yeah, it's pretty damn hilarious for sure. So tangled up in things. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of things we could do. Like, you can use video clips as well. So like I was thinking at one stage, like, you could even have it so like, if you guys were keen, you could kind of like video share or something and have your face in it as well if you wanted. And do strange things with the camera. I don't know, it was just a silly idea I had. Yeah, it's quite a creative little app. I might actually have to purchase it because you could do so many things with it. It's pretty damn awesome. Yeah, alright. And with that, I think maybe I'll do... do you guys... are you guys kind of like a bit tired now, or do we have time for like a vault? Do we have time for a vault, or would you guys rather I just kind of play about with this weird section called Warp that I've been mucking around with today? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do it anyway, just to kind of get away from the craziness. I'm looking at it on the screen and it's like really crazy. All right, so that was the craziness. I'm here partially covered in glue. Okay, so that was the craziness that is Warp, and look at that crazy stuff, man. Okay, let's load up a couple of the things that we had on here. So we had like, let's go back in sequence actually. So we had this from Mr. Triple, which is this really cool kind of eye type thing. We had the weird grumpy cat thing from Lena, amongst a bunch of other GIFs and stuff as well. And then we also had, if I can find it, let's see if I can find the same thing. We had a bunch of AC/DC stuff in here earlier as well. And we also had this from that Seeker, which is really cool. Oh, I can add multiple things. So yes, we've had a few things from you guys for the Warp section. Yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of doing more creative stuff with this next week. Hopefully by then I'll have worked out the app a bit better and we can really just go mental on this app. And there's so many more effects on this. So yeah. Anyway, so that is Warp, which is a brand new section. Lots of fun, extremely creative. And yeah, like I was saying, guys, I've been wanting to do some sort of audio reactive section since the beginning of this stream. So I'm so pleased that I've actually found something that doesn't require me to learn tons of code. It's extremely flexible. I can load stuff into it very quickly. So I am chuffed. Right. Okay, guys. So I will now get on to Vault, which will be our last section of today, apart from the encore, where we're going to go crazy again with trippy effects. Let's get the guitar out the way. Yeah, so this is... I prepared this earlier I'm going to have a quick drink. Go a bit thirsty. Give me a second. All right, that's better. That's what happens when you get over keen on a new thing you've been working on. All right. So vaults for today. Looking at a couple of little things here and there. I dug out a old tour book from Muse. I don't know if you guys know the band Muse. I went to go and see them a couple of times actually in 2010 and 2009. And also I've got a piece of art that I dug up from the archives. It's a piece from, I'm going to try and see when it was from. I think it's from 2001, 2002. I'm pretty sure that's when it was from. I'm just going to close a couple of these things because they're taking up a ton of resources. So, yeah, I'm on the right thing. That's close, that's better. Right, let's hide all this. Right, awesome. So yeah, this Muse program, and I'll just flick back to the main camera. So yeah, this is a really awesome tour book from Muse. I saw them in 2010, and the reason why I picked this out today, guys, is because some of the illustrations in this are really freaking awesome, and you probably know them or may have seen them. They're by an agency called La Boca. I don't know if you know them. They do stuff like this for the band, which is really pretty damn cool. Very kind of vector-based illustration, and I think these may have been used on the tour. I'm not too sure if they were, but I mean the program itself is like really pretty damn awesome. There's like a ton of kind of like mishmash of photos and overlays and stuff used on the tour book. Really nicely designed. Let's see if I can find some more bits and pieces. Yeah, it kind of just goes through like all the different places that they went. There you go. This is a load of France tour gig dates, I'm guessing. And this is the iconic illustration, which has been on an album cover, on one of their album covers, which I absolutely love, and it does remind me of Signal Noise stuff a bit as well. Is this. So this is the iconic illustration they used for the Resistance album. It's by La Boca, like I say. It's really very Signal Noisy in a way. It's very kind of lots of different colours, pretty much every colour from the spectrum. And yeah, one of the iconic covers from Muse for sure. Like I said, I don't know if you guys know Muse. That's CQ. You probably know them. I don't know if Mr. Triple or Lena knows them, but they're kind of a rock group from the UK. They're fairly big now. They used to be quite small, and they kind of grew over time into a really big rock group, which is awesome. Here's another awesome illustration. Look at that. That's pretty damn cool. That's pretty wicked. Love it. I don't know what inspired them to do these sorts of illustrations. What's funny is it looks a bit like some of James's work, where he was doing kind of like planets and stuff with little silhouettes of figures. Kind of looks a bit like that, which is interesting. Yeah, a few more images and stuff, which is cool. Yeah, it's just a really awesome book. Some more photography. It's kind of interesting how they've laid it out. Quite interesting. Now, so on the tour, they had this really weird stage that was set up like this, and it's kind of like a forced perspective. I would say something like Proclaim would do in Photoshop. Yeah, it's kind of similar to Proclaim's kind of style in a way, where he photo montages loads of stuff. But this was the stage. So you would get there, and it looked like kind of like a forced perspective type of thing. It wasn't actually this big, but because of the way they've done it, it made it look massive. It made it look huge. So quite interesting. And yeah, this is just like all the credits and stuff. But yeah, it is a bit like Proclaim stuff actually, like very photo montagey kind of thing with lots of typography and stuff. Yeah. So I don't know if there are any more illustrations in here. That must be a picture of the stage. Don't think there's any more illustrations now. There's only 3 illustrations in here, which is a shame because the illustrations are really awesome and really nice. Cool, so that's this Muse tour book, and you can see it's kind of got a bit of a shine on it, and that's kind of, they've got a bit of, oh, what's that process called? Where they put, it's escaped me. Anyway, there's a process where like they kind of make a gloss out of spot varnish, that's the one. So they spot varnish like a building on there. I guess you guys can kind of see it. Yeah, so this is from 2010. I do have another one as well, but I'll show it on another stream. So yeah, so that's that. And then the other thing I want to show you guys before we wrap up for today is a piece I worked on. Yeah, I know Muse, enjoy their music, but I think a few of their fans love them a bit too much. You could be right there, man. I know what you mean. There are a lot of fans who go crazy for them. I probably was one of them, but not that crazy, if I'm honest. I know a lot of people really love them and stuff. I didn't like them to start with. Anyways, so let me just load up this bit of artwork. On the right, you can see this is an older piece of art I've dug up from the archives. I'm trying to work out where it is now. Legacy art. Here we go. This is the one. I think I called it Reminiscence, whatever that means. And I will try now and get the small camera to work, but it probably isn't because I was having too much fun with the craziness of the stream, of the thing. Let me just load it back up. There we go. That's the one. And we'll just move that to the middle. There we go. So this is a piece I worked on. This was back in 2001. I have the original sketch actually, so let me load up the originals. Let me show you these original. You might not be able to see it very well. It's very faint, but you can kind of see it. Really faint. It's funny. Back in the day, I used to be a bit paranoid about kind of ruining the paper. As strange as that sounds, like I was worried that if I drew too much onto the paper, that it may ruin it, and I might want to change it. And when I rub out, it may end up looking a mess. So I used to draw very, very faintly, and then when I scanned it in, I would kind of bring up the tone a bit more. So if we switch over to this, so you can kind of see the process I've kind of gone through. I'll just pull it up. There we go. There we go. That's the same file. And I started colouring it. I think I may have... Is that an old one? Yeah, this is kind of like starting the colouring. May not necessarily be in order, but I was very new to Photoshop colouring at this stage. I didn't really know what I was doing, so this was kind of my sort of strange way of colouring things. Mostly airbrushed, I think. I don't think I knew anything about brushes at the time. And what's funny is I would take textures, like this kind of wood texture, and I would put it in, and I would try to kind of like make it look like it was part of the image rather than kind of draw it in. I would take photos and like put it in. Hands. Hands. Yeah, I mean, the proportions are completely incorrect here, probably, and this is me trying to draw back in the day. This is from 2001, 2002, so it's quite old. Yeah, so this is quite an old piece. Let me just load up the last file. I've closed Photoshop now, never mind. Maybe I'll walk through the whole thing in RAW another day, but you can kind of see how it was put together. Like I was saying, I use photography for like the back wall and the floor. So yeah, cool little piece. You were a kid, yeah, I was. I must have been 19 or 20 or something like that. 20 years old. I think I was in university. I did not know how to ink very well, and I didn't know how to colour in Photoshop very well. But hey, I did my best, and this was again just a fun project to work on between things. Yeah, so this was done in 2002. There you go, copyright Greg D, 2002. Back in the day. All right, well that's kind of our show for today. So what I'll do is I will now do a little encore, and I think because we had so much fun, with the warp, I think I'll go back to it, and we'll do a little bit of rock and roll to end off the day with some craziness. Let me just load back in my stuff. We'll load back some more stuff. Let me see. All right, I'm just going to reload this other app. But yeah, I was quite young when I did that, for sure. Yeah, it must have been quite a while ago. So let's load this back in. Let's load this bad boy back in. That's a bit off. There we go. Cool. All right, let's get the guitar in. So this has been episode 16. I am now going to go crazy on guitar again while crazy stuff happens. So yeah, enjoy, guys, and we'll see after this. I'll let you know when the next stream's going to be. Check I've got the right tone. I haven't got the right tone. Okay. Let me just load this up. Bit of rock and roll tone. Don't want a clean tone. I want heavy tone. There we go. Right, so let's do a little encore and then we'll finish up for today. Alright, so that is our show for today. Well, that was very much an extremely fun time. Cool. I'm looking forward to playing with that little thing again, for sure. That little warp section. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but there's loads of possibilities. So thanks very much for tuning in, guys. Again, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I know Twitch has had loads of problems, but I'm hoping that you enjoyed the show all the same. Let's go flick on to our last slide of the day. So yeah, it's the next show will be on Monday, 6 p.m. Might be 7 p.m. I've not decided yet, but I'm hoping to do it at 6 p.m. So yeah, guys. So thanks very much again for tuning in. Yeah, that's Seeker, Mr. Triple, and Lena Ritchie, of course. So I will see you guys on Monday. And hey, let's chat in the Discord, post some more stuff, and yeah, we'll put it into the warp section next week. Looking forward to it. So yeah, rock on, guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon.